173 billion vaccines that are on the verge of expiring, and we also have another one that are worth about 160 billion that are going to be expired in the next 3 months. I'm joined by Pam, and this is what's happening in the country. Mugagwira, good morning.
At the crossroads,
we also have university lecturers who have announced a strike over salaries. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, this is another
Tetuna
group.
vakucha UNATU.
China too, but UNATU has hit back at the government. Remember, there was a letter that was released yesterday giving the UNATU teachers 24 hours, but that means by 24th they should be back in school. But UNATU Secretary General Philbert Baguma has responded, and he says they are not going back to class until the government considers increasing salaries equitably.
But if you force government to the wall, if you really want to use pressure, which we do not want, then government has to take plan B, which is within legal frame.
2, we are going to reply this letter and put her back online to understand that we have all the documentation to the effect of this industrial action. I wouldn't expect her, who was part of the meetings developing the collective bargaining agreements, as someone who appended her signature on the collective bargaining agreement, to be the very person to start intimidating the teachers that they have abandoned.
But honestly,
the law is very clear.
When is this going to end? Like, I feel like we've had enough of it. We can't be in that, cat and mouth chase
I think
all the time.
the ball is in the hands of the government. Either they just don't increase salaries completely, even if they have allocated across all the whole board, or they find ways of getting money.
Because it's not,
And then paying at least an increment.
it has
for
now
these
become a
other
joke.
teachers.
We have science teachers at teachers universities, and we are going to have Simanyi vocational teachers. Then we'll have
Even
God.
local government workers they are saying by July, if the money is not increased, they are going to lay down their tools. Apparently, the cow who is getting 2.4 wants about 15 million.
Exactly.
The lowest earning who was getting 187 wants about 2.4 million. So you can see how government across the board, government workers are thinking
the
about
government
salary
increments. I mean, it's working under threats all the time. I mean, if you don't pay us this amount of money, we shall lay
why
down
do you think the
tools.
government is working under threats? Because they are seeing a PS is getting 15M. They are seeing maybe a managing director, for instance, for KCCA is getting, I don't know how much, like 30 million. Ministers are getting like 40, 30
Whatever
million.
it is.
MPs are getting like 25 million. So there's sort of like an unfairness across the board. Yeah?
Because the government
There's a
take
way
over,
if they can restructure
government
salaries.
temaraga go by.
Yeah, take over.
Because there are people in private sectors earning their cartoon money, but they are sweet.
Hey.
They can't even say.
Uh-huh.
Because if you say,
No,
you are
You're
replaceable
sent away, your
like
chest out
tomorrow.
like a chicken.
Man, chikumi kamuze biri Galaxy FM kwa liko minemuze zaka vako kusawatane zama chaguna kurwadiro zigendera mu 12. Now, look, listen, 6 million doses of Pfizer J&J jabs expiring. It amounts to about 173 billion Ugandan shillings, and in the next 3 months we'll have vaccines worth 160 billion.
Yeah,
Expiring.
this is information apparently that is said to have been shared at a cabinet meeting on Monday. Yeah, but we are yet to get a statement from the Minister of Health, Dr. Jenrutha Cheng. But apparently during the cabinet meeting, she said that 160 billion worth of doses. Yeah. Are supposed to be expiring in the next 3 months. That is Pfizer and J&J vaccine. We know that when the lockdown was released, people started going about their business, forgot about vaccination completely.
Exactly.
And also the government, I think the campaign for vaccination
Exactly.
exactly.
I mean, we used to hear lots of announcements, we used to hear lots of commercials, but
Yeah.
now, zero.
So now these vaccines, remember, they came not long ago, I think about 8 months
Can't we
ago.
exchange those vaccines for fuel?
Yeah, we would have a lot
Because
of you. 47 million
God,
vaccines.
Jesus,
Those are so
I'm
many.
imagining those losses.
Yeah, it is. But then it's not exactly government funds that were spent, because some of these vaccines have come from Western
It
countries.
doesn't matter. We
When
are
they are-
counting money here.
Which money?
Vaccines expire. Fuel doesn't
Anyway,
expire.
that's a lot
There
of
are
money.
countries that need vaccines.
Yeah, even Uganda needs vaccines. Remember, there's a campaign by the recently the cabinet has resolved during holidays they're going to start vaccinating kids 12 to 17.
And besides, also
Maybe
the
that's the
COVID-19
reason why
cases
they
are
want to
going
use
up.
up these vaccines
Yeah,
before
the cases
3
are going up
months.
as well. I hear it's bad in China. They might lock
Hey,
them up.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
COVID again back?
Ivambe.
In China?
Yes. Yo,
If
which
it's
world
back
do you
in
stay
China,
in?
we should fear.
Yeah, COVID is on a rise. The cases are on a rise again, and then we have this saga of monkeypox.
Yeah, I have known monkeypox.
The only
but-
challenge is these
the-
vaccines. Okumaya bano
You
know a vaccine that expires,
when we are kind of, we move with the wind. We go where the wind blows us. If somebody is pushing you to do something, you push yourself and do it. If no one is pushing you to vaccinate, no one is going to vaccinate themselves.
There's a landlord who has sued an RDC and LC5 chairperson for inciting his tenant.
Yeah, these are land tenants. The man is called David Semfuka. Now, he says the deputy RDC and the deputy RDC of the area is in Bukomansindi. And the LC5 have connived against him. They are telling his tenants not to pay Busulu. Yeah, and then instead of paying him, they're also making him block his own developments on his own land that he purchased. So he decided to drag them to court.
Oh my God, Bambi, sinful.
balowooza nti pulezidenti bwe yabatuma okugenda okumukiikirira yabatuma agenda kukiikirira baabibanja ekitali kituufu naffe abamataka tuba bannayuganda ate liri ettaka twaligula nze seemuwe pulezidenti nga bwe yagula ekisozi sirowooza nti kati RDC ayinza okugenda ajje ku pulezidenti wa Uganda ettaka ekisozi ate balina okubuulira abantu amazima abasenze balina okutuula ku ttaka nga basasula busuulu kubanga ettaka tuligula kulikozesa twaligula nga tumanyi kuliko abantu babeereko naye balina okubeera nga basasula busuulu.
Here's one thing we forget, yeah? Bino ebintu byensi tubirekawo. I mean,
Yeah.
looking at pictures and videos from what happened in Afghanistan, it's insane. Omanye okufa mu bintu ebitakwatako. You're there like we're here chilling, reading news, and an earthquake happens.
know.
And look, listen, it's estimated that about 1,000 people were killed in the quake. And the toll is still rising. Like, people are buried. Remember, this is a country that's just been taken over by the Taliban. They're trying to stabilize.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at pictures of children, dilapidated houses, insane.
You have spent years
pictures.
building and settling yourself, and you think probably now maybe you have a bit of security.
I know.
You can start putting your life back in track,
And then,
and then a natural
so
disaster.
let me
just
ask,
like
when
that.
such disasters happen, yeah, have you ever been there and asked God, why me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I
like,
think everybody has been at that point. You're like,
Something
"Yeah, but
happens
why
that
me?
you
Why
entirely
Chikati?"
have no control over.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you're there chilling and an earthquake happens, like.
You're like, but why are all these problems coming to our side? The
And then you
floods,
remember like some
Yeah.
kagal you would have, and you're like, obakale singa.
singer.
Singa nga musisi akakuba.
Is 100.2 Galaxy FM. Zzina.
16 after 11 in the morning. Good morning. Here's Tory Lanez and Cranium. We can.